I'm having one of those days where the camera isn't set up right, but I can't fix it, so I'm just giving up and we're gonna live with this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. Today, we are covering another episode of The Twilight Zone. The last couple times actually, I covered an episode of the show on my channel. It went over really well, you guys really liked it, and you guys recommended a lot of other episodes. So I'm back to cover more. This is what I do. Today we're looking at Season 1, Episode 34 of The Twilight Zone. This is called The After Hours. This is something that I got a lot of requests for, and it's definitely an episode that terrifies me personally. We get to be terrified together.
Next stop, The Twilight Zone.
And isn't that what it's all about? Everybody knows what the Twilight Zone is. I don't need to explain anything else, I don't think. And I don't want to give away the plot of this episode, so we are literally going to jump right in. I know I always say we're going to jump right in, and then I go off on a tangent, but we are literally jumping right in.
You are about to enter another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind.
Rod Serling's voice is just truly such a comfort, which is funny because he was the creator of some of the truest nightmare fuel of my childhood.
May I show you something? No.
So we start out the episode with this lady. She is shopping at a department store.
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
Well, you could tell her what you were looking for and maybe she would know where it is. We know nothing about this woman except that she is a woman, a human woman. She is shopping and she seems lost.
Going up, ma'am.
The fact that the Twilight Zone has an episode with a bunch of people waiting for a service elevator makes me laugh because of, you know, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
Tonight's story in the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator.
Rod Serling had no idea that that was going to be a thing when they made this, obviously, but I like to think that it's all interconnected in the Twilight Zone universe.
Housewares?
That would be the mezzanine, ma'am. What in particular were you looking for?
You just said housewares, dumbass.
Thimbles.
Oh, you mean like specifically? Okay, I'm sorry I called you a dumbass. She wants a thimble.
Gold thimbles. You had them advertised.
A gold thimble. Why?
That would be specialties, ma'am.
Are gold thimbles a thing that I just don't know about? I've been using the regular common folk thimbles all this time.
The 9th floor.
I'm not accustomed to such service.
Ma'am?
Well, there were a whole lot of people waiting for the elevator. I seem to have a private one.
Yeah, so there's all these people waiting around, and the guy in this elevator pulls up and is just like, hey, you want a ride? And she just gets an elevator all to herself, which is strange, right?
Well, this is an express elevator, ma'am. To the 9th floor. The others are all locals this time of day.
I don't know what that means, but I feel like I'm gonna find out what it means, and I'm not gonna like it. I mean, I've watched it before, so I've already found it out, but you know.
Miss Marcia White on the 9th floor. Specialties department, looking for a gold thimble. But there are even better odds that you'll find something else.
You gotta love when Rod Serling's voice cuts in and he's like, hi. This run-of-the-mill, semi-well-adjusted person is about to have their life fucked up completely. Thanks for watching.
9th floor.
There must be some mistake. There's nothing here.
So she gets out on the 9th floor, and the 9th floor is nothing. It's abandoned. It's terrifying, and she's like, what the hell?
There must be some mistake. There's nothing here.
And he's just like, bye girl, and he leaves. He really said, get out, loser, you're going shopping.
Miss Marcia White on the 9th floor.
I don't think that gold thimble's gonna be worth it.
Because this isn't just a department store. This happens to be
The Twilight Zone.
the Twilight Zone.
Dun dun dun. Okay, so she's walking around this abandoned floor of a department store. And what's more terrifying than the abandoned floor of a department store?
Was someone helping you?
An abandoned floor of a department store with a random person that just jumps out at you.
Can I show you something?
Why, yes. I was looking for a gold thimble. A gift from my mother.
Okay, so the gold thimbles for her mother.
I think we have something you'd like. This way, please.
So this very mysterious woman is just like, yes, we have gold thimbles. Follow me to the back.
How about this?
Oh, look, there is one gold thimble in the whole level of the store, and that's the one thing that she wanted. It's like a sewing Dos Ex Machina. Do I have to say it's sewing Dos Ex Machina? Great name for a band.
Is this a charge, miss?
I beg your pardon, a charge? No, I'll pay for it.
Oh, they used to use like charge plates back in the day, right? I know what those are. I read Nancy Drew books. Oh wow, charge plates were a lot smaller than I thought they were. Super interesting. Anyway, no one else thinks this is interesting. I'll get back to the show.
You want it gift wrapped?
Yes, please. No, on second thought, I'll wrap it myself.
Wrapping the present is the most fun part of giving the present. That's not really true, but I do like wrapping the present.
Miss, that's $22.80 plus tax. $25 even.
$25, 1960. It's like almost $250, which I mean makes sense because it's a gold thimble, but like it's a thimble.
Now, that's odd.
What is Marcia?
Whoa, she knew her name. That's creepy. She knew her name.
Well, you haven't any merchandise here at all. Except the thimble. Except the very thing I needed.
That's also creepy too, but one thing at a time.
You called me Marcia.
Did I?
There you go. We're on the same page, Marcia.
I've probably seen you around the store.
No, you haven't. I've never seen you.
She also walked around like she had never been in a department store before. I think she's new.
I mean, all I want is one small item, a gold thimble.
Run-of-the-mill thing. Everyone has one. It's to mark our individuality.
Well, you may be a little more sophisticated than I am, but this I call odd.
Please come again. Anytime.
Okay, so this lady's like really starting to creep her out, but she's like, go, get out of here.
Well, you may be a little more sophisticated than I am, but this I call odd.
Please come again. Anytime.
And then she pulls the old Bo Burnham and she's like, are you happy?
Miss White? Are you happy?
Well, you'll forgive me, but that's really none of your business.
So she runs to the elevator in her clip-cloppy heels that probably were very uncomfortable. And she's freaked out now, but she has her thimble.
Well, did you find what you were looking for?
As a matter of fact, I did.
I don't trust this elevator operator. Something about him.
Somebody ought to latch on to an efficiency expert or something. One entire floor devoted to the sale of a single gold thimble.
Everybody in this department store is strange, and not in a Benedict Cumberbatch way.
This is scratched.
Oh, God.
It's scratched and it's dented too. Look here.
The gold thimble's fucked up.
I can't send this to my mother.
Mom's gonna be disappointed.
Complaints, third floor.
Look at this thing.
She wants to speak to the manager.
It's scratched and it looks as if somebody stepped on it or something.
How did you not notice that it was messed up before?
Third floor, complaints.
Is the entire floor for complaints? Because that sounds less than fun.
Well, I distinctly told her that all the gold thimbles we have are in gifts. Oh, I distinctly told her that, Mr. Sloan.
All right, so we've got two, like, store managery type guys arguing.
The problem is that the customer claims that she didn't get the item in gifts.
Like, this is way bigger of a deal than it actually should be. It's just a thimble.
Just tell her to take it back to the department where she purchased the item.
Yeah, dude, it's not that hard.
She has some idiotic story about having purchased a gold thimble on the 9th floor.
Do they not have a 9th floor?
I trust you inform the lady that this store has no 9th floor.
There it is. That's a very Twilight Zone-y thing to do.
She still insists that she was taken to the 9th floor and waited on by a rather odd woman.
So she bought a gold thimble on an imaginary floor. Again, I would love to go back in time and be there for when they were trying to pitch some of these episodes.
Why don't you take it back to the gift department and...
Mr. Sloan, I just explained to Mr. Armbruster here I did not purchase this in the gift department.
So they tell her to take it back to the gift shop to return it, and then she's like, no, I bought it on the 9th floor, and that's where I want to take it back to. And it's like, girl, just take the refund and go.
We don't have a 9th floor.
Do you have 8 floors and an attic, perhaps?
Your receipt?
She didn't get a receipt.
I didn't get a receipt, but I paid cash.
Gotta get those receipts.
Well, there she is. There's the woman who waited on me, miss.
But then from across the room, she sees the lady that waited on her, so she's like, oh, I got this covered.
Miss, I wonder if you'd...
And then plot twists, because there always is one on the Twilight Zone. I can't even replicate the face that she made. Wait, maybe I should try to do that face for the thumbnail. It's the curved fingers around the... Okay. So anyway, she's a mannequin. It's a mannequin woman. Very frightening. I don't like it. This is like Uncanny Valley, but make it 60s.
Well, how is she?
Oh, she'll be all right, Mr. Armbruster.
Oh God, did she pass out?
She was just frightened, that's all.
Well, what about this delusion of hers?
Oh, she told them about the talking mannequins and now they think she's insane. Cool.
But she's resting now. I think maybe even gone to sleep.
Well, tell her we're closing up now.
So it's like closing time at the store. She's, I guess, like sleeping off her trauma in the back room.
What I'd like to give her is a bus ticket. Preferably Chicago or Los Angeles or Honolulu.
I don't think you can get a train to Honolulu, but you know.
Miss Keevers, you have a customer.
So this lady's supposed to go and tell her that the store is closing so she can leave. But then she has a customer because capitalism, so she forgets. And then what do you know? She's locked in overnight in the creepy Sentient Mannequin department store. Sentient Mannequin department store. Great name for a band. This is so creepy. The fact that there's no music or anything is just wild. Rod's really leaving us to dry. Rod. Oh, the elevators are stuck. She's trapped. She's gonna die.
Somebody? Please, I'm locked in here.
Yeah, there's no one there, babe.
Please?
Oh, I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous again. Rodney! Oh, I apologize. I just looked up Rod Serling's name to make sure that it was actually Rodney, and it was Rodman. So, sorry. Didn't mean to say your name wrong, Rod Serling. Does anybody still name their kid Rodman anymore? That's an awesome name. Shout out to all the Rodmans of the world. For the love of God, give us some music. Give us some sounds. Give us something. It's so eerie, the way that all the sound drops out. Oh God, it's gonna move. That delayed reaction.
Marcia.
What's the first mannequin that's gonna jump out?
Marcia.
Jesus.
Marcia?
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Who do you think you're fooling, Marcia?
Come on, dear. Climb off it.
Not only are the mannequins talking to her, but they're talking to her like through her mind.
You remember, Marcia?
Because their lips aren't moving. It's like those old 90s, you know, dog movies where they didn't animate the dog's lips. And that was really for the better. But, but it's like that. We don't need to zoom in on the mannequins' faces. We get the gist.
You know who you are.
Are the mannequins trying to induct her into a mannequin cult? Mannequin cult is a great name for a band. I'm sorry, I'll stop. She really likes to touch her face when she's scared. That's really gonna cause a lot of acne. Trust me, I know. What, do the mannequins cut the phone lines too? That's low.
Marcia?
Oh God, I'm never going to a mall again. I hate the mannequins anyway. They're always so creepy. They stare at you with those unblinking, unfeeling eyes.
Marcia. Marcia.
Marcia?
Come on,
We know who
Marcia.
You
Climb
remember,
off.
Marcia?
Yeah, I'd be crying too, Marcia.
Marcia.
The door's just open for her. That's hilarious. Why do I have a feeling the mannequins are gonna be... Oh, jeez. I think people are gonna think I'm doing a bit. It keeps getting me. I hate it. It's so scary. I always say that you can tell all you need to know about a person. Like, forget their zodiac sign, even though I love learning about people's zodiacs. I'm a Capricorn, hey. But all you need to really know about somebody is what episode of the Twilight Zone truly terrifies them. Or episodes, because there might be more than one. But you can learn so much about somebody by which episode of the Twilight Zone just gets under their skin just a little too much.
You'll forgive an observation, but you're acting like a silly child. Come now, Marcia.
She's like, I don't want to go with you, mannequin lady. She does seem like a fairly nice mannequin lady. Oh my God. Mannequin cult is happening. Wow, those are all real live actors who are holding those poses for that long. That's impressive. Aside from the point of how terrified I am, the bridal mannequin has a gorgeous dress. Not important. Fearing for our lives. Anyway. just like, yep, we are mannequins. So there's that.
Remember now? All of us will try and help you.
They're having a Lion King moment. They're like, remember who you are, Marcia.
It's really odd, but suddenly I seem to...
Remember. Coming back now, is it?
You ready for the second plot twist?
I'm a mannequin.
She's also a mannequin.
And it was my turn to...
Your turn to leave us for a month.
So the mannequins have a deal. They take turns leaving mannequin land at the department store for a month, and they go and live like normal people because they're sentient. This is like a really fucked up Toy Story.
You left us for a month, and you lived with the outsiders. But you were due back yesterday, and you didn't show up.
But anyway, they take turns going out and living in the real world, and then they're supposed to come back so the next one can go out and live their month of freedom, which is a depressing system.
You know, Marcia, that's very selfish, my dear. All of us wait our turn, and we simply do not overstay it.
Marcia, what the hell?
It was my turn starting last night. I'm 1 day delayed already.
Of course.
That's so sad. Marcia should apologize.
Of course, I'm sorry. I forgot. When you're on the outside, everything seems so normal.
Has everybody else let this plot twist sink in? Right? Like, I've seen it several times before, but I'm still just thinking about how insane this one is.
As if
what, Marcia?
As if we were like the others. Like the real people.
Aw. I think you're real people, Marcia. How in the hell did I fail to mention how terrifying the two mannequins in the ski mask are? What the hell?
I'll see you all in a month.
They're like a little mannequin family. Or like a commune. Like a mannequin commune. Bye. She's gone.
Was it fun?
Ever so much fun.
How depressing to go and like live a life and then one day just realize I have to go be a mannequin now.
Ever so much fun.
She's so sad. This is so sad. And then they just stand there.
Here, break it up. Back to your post, girls. It's 9 o'clock.
Oh god, is the boss gonna see her as a mannequin? Can you imagine? You get some testy customer at your store and then the next day you see a mannequin that looks like them? You quit. That's what you do, you just quit. She's even wearing the same clothes and everything. This guy's facial expressions are perfect.
A wooden lady with a painted face, who 1 month out of the year takes on the characteristics of someone as normal and as flesh and blood as you and I.
Were there only 12? There's more than 12 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm losing count. They're all moving so fast. Maybe there are about 12. So they each get a month of the year. Like, do they get the same? They must get the same month every year. Sort of like they have their own zodiac. I didn't plan that, but there you go.
But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Just how normal are we?
Rod Serling was so chaotic in the best way. He really sat there and was like, you know what would make social interactions even more difficult? The little thought in the back of your mind that maybe the person I'm talking to is a storefront mannequin.
Just who are the people we nod our hellos to as we pass on the street?
I don't know, Rod Serling.
A rather good question to ask.
I hide behind furniture in my own home when the UPS guy shows up. I don't know.
Particularly in the Twilight Zone.
And that's it. That's the end of the episode. She was a mannequin. And she had a mannequin family. She wore a crown and came down on a bubble dog. This has always actually been one of my favorite episodes. It's one of those that always sticks in my brain. And as soon as I covered the last episode of the Twilight Zone that I did, I got a bunch of requests for this specific episode. And so I was really excited to make this video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around. I post nonsense all the time. We just passed 2,500 subscribers, and that's insane, so thank you guys so much. But remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye! What if I'm secretly a mannequin? Like, how would I know? What experts would I consult? Ugh, it's too late at night to have an existential crisis. I gotta go to bed.